sunrise to noon, you would say, good morning. Good. G-u-d. Good. Notice the g sound at the beginning and the d sound at the end. Good. G-u-d. Good. Morning. 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 The stress on morning is on the first syllable. Morning. Good morning. In this sentence, the stress is on morning, so you say it louder and longer. Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now listen carefully. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now it's your turn.
Good morning.
Perfect. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
What about the afternoon? Well, it normally starts from noon until 6 p.m. So, during this time, we say, good afternoon. Good. G-u-d. Good. Afternoon. Good morning. When you greet someone in the morning, normally from sunrise to noon,
Hả?
you would say,
Đi.
good morning. Good. G-u-d. Good. Good morning. When you greet someone in the morning, normally from sunrise to noon, you would say, good morning. Good. G-u-d. Good. G-u-d. Good. Notice the g sound at the beginning and the d sound at the end. Good. G-u-d.
Good.
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 Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Morning.
The stress
Good morning.
on morning is on the first syllable. Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In this sentence, the stress is on morning, so you say it louder and longer. Morning. Good morning. Now listen carefully. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now it's your turn.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Perfect. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What about the afternoon? Well, it normally starts from noon until 6 p.m. So, during this time, we say, good afternoon. Good. G-u-d. Good. Afternoon. Af-ter-noon. Afternoon.
Good
Pay
afternoon.
attention to the f sound.
Good
Af.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
In this word, the stress is on noon. Afternoon. Good afternoon. This time, emphasize afternoon. Now, listen carefully, please. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
It's your turn.
Good afternoon.
Great. Good evening. And to greet someone in the evening, usually between 6 p.m. and midnight, you would say, good evening.
Good evening.
Good.
Good.
G,
Good.
U, D.
Good evening.
Good. Evening. Evening. Evening.
Evening.
Pay attention to the V sound. Eve.
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 Evening. In this word, the stress is on the first syllable. Evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you know which word?
Evening.
That's right. Evening. So we say it louder and longer. Now listen
Evening.
carefully.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
It's your turn.
Good evening.
How are you? Sometimes, after greeting, we can say, how are you? We can say, how are you? How? Ow. How? Ah. Ah. You.
How are you?
How? Ow. How? Ah. Ah.
Ah, you.
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 Ya. Oo.
Young.
You.
You.
How are you? Now, listen. How are you? How are you? I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
How are you?
Ah. To answer this question, if you're good, you say, I'm fine, thanks. I'm. I'm fine. So.
How are you?
If you're not particularly good or bad, you can answer so. So.
So.
This is a short and easy way to answer, right? Listen again, please. So.
So.
So. Now it's your turn. How are you?
So.
Not very well.
How are you?
If you're not good, you can respond by saying, not very well. Not. Ot. Not. Very. 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 Well. Very well. In this sentence, the stress is on not and well. Not very well. And remember the falling pitch. Not very well. Now listen carefully. Not very well.
Not very well.
Not very well.
Not very well.
How are you?
Not very well.
Not very well.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thanks.
Good evening, Lynn.
Good evening, Rebecca.
All right. You've learnt some new ways of greeting people. Now, it's time to review. At different times of the day, you can say, good morning, good afternoon, or Unit 2, Greetings. In the previous lesson, we learnt some common ways of greeting. Now, let's practice with our friends. Good morning, teacher. Good afternoon, Lan. How are you?
Not very well.
Okay, Lan knows how to greet. But did you notice that there's some things she can improve on? Good morning, teacher. Good afternoon, Lan. How are you?
Not very well.
Not
All right,
very well.
let's see how we can correct them. First, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, we wouldn't say good morning. We would say good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Next, with the word well. I've noticed a lot of Vietnamese learners make the same mistake with this word. They say it like gel, but it's not the g sound. it's the W sound. W. 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 And at the end, it's the U sound.
Wow.
U.
Wow.
U.
Ooh.
U.
Ooh.
W. E. U. Well.
Wow.
Well.
Wow.
Well.
Wow.
Good. Now let's come back to Lan and help her correct her
very well.
mistakes.
Not
Okay, Lan.
well.
So, it's 4 o'clock in the
Not very
afternoon.
well.
So you would say, good afternoon.
Good
Listen.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
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 Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Better. There was one word you mispronounced. That was well.
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 W.
What?
E. U. Well.
Well.
Well. Well. Much better.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good evening, May.
Good evening. How are you?
So. And you?
I'm fine. Thanks.
All right. Mai has done her best, but there are some things she can do better. Do you know what they are? Good evening, May.
Good evening. How are you?
So. And you?
I'm fine. Thanks.
First, she made some pronunciation mistakes with good. She forgot the D sound at the end.
Evening.
Good. Good.
Evening.
Good. The next mistake was with evening.
Evening.
It's not evening, it's evening. Listen to the V sound in the middle.
Evening.
It's not the V
Evening.
sound. V. You put your teeth on your bottom lip. V. 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 Evening.
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 Evening. Very good. She also mispronounced thanks. It's not the T sound in Vietnamese. It's put your tongue between your teeth like this.
Thanks.
Then end the word with a S sound.
Thanks.
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 Ah. She also made a mistake with the intonation of how are you? She went up at the end. That's not correct.
How are
It
you?
goes down at the end. Like this.
How are you?
How are you?
How
How are you? Very good.
are
Now,
you?
let's go back to Mai and help her correct her mistakes. Okay, Mai. Let's correct your pronunciation.
Yes.
The first word is good.
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 One more time. Good.
Good.
Good. The second word is evening.
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 Very good. And the third word is
Evening.
thanks.
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 Just one more time.
Thanks.
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 Better. Now, let's look at your intonation on how are you.
How are you?
It should go down at the end.
How
How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
are you?
Good. All right. Lan and Mai can now greet correctly. How about you? Let's try. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Very good. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
How are you?
Fine. Thanks. So.
Well done. That's all for the lessons of learning to greet someone. I hope that you've learnt from our friends' practices. Now, it's your turn to practice using the website and VChat below. I'll see you very soon again in the next episode. Goodbye.
So so.
Good. Morning.
Đi sân chơi nhá.
Afternoon. Evening.
À, ra đây. Đây đi. Giờ đi. Miền Nam Hàm ơi, con đang làm rửa cái này đấy. Xem dép nhé. Đang làm rửa mấy bài.
Fine. Thanks. Very. Well.
À,
Good afternoon. Good evening. How are you? So so.
ừ.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. How are you? So so. Good morning. Hello. Good evening.
Làm nhanh.
How are you? Hi. How?
Record nữa.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. I'm fine, thanks. I'm fine, thanks. I'm fine, thanks. Not very well.
I'm fine. Thanks.
I'm fine, thanks. I'm fine, thanks.
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks. And you?
So-so.
Bình thường.